Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today we have a special show from the ABV Barrel Shop Tasting Bar, where I'm joined by Darren McCroy, and we're going to be tasting Bourye from High West Distillery. The latest release of that should be fun. Hello, Darren. How you doing, man?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. So, Bourye, I assume you've tried this before,
yes.
Right? That's good stuff. Always been solid. This is the new one. A little bit of a
new label.
New label.
It is one of my favorite in the industry.
The label is fire. So the label is awesome, man. Would look good behind anybody's bar. The bottle's always been cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of got that, I don't know, like antique glass look to it, like hand mouth blown, I should say. The old time. I'm sure it's not. They're not making those.
But they have to do something to get all those specs in there.
Yeah, it's really cool. And of course, it does say High West Distillery in there, so that's kind of integrated into the bottle. It's cool. Label has the jackalope on there, like traditionally, but he's just kind of it's bigger and kind of got a smirk on his face now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's pretty cool. So very, very good stuff. So we'll taste that though after the break. For right now, Darren, there's something you want to talk about. What is that, sir?
What is the most impressive or neat car you've been in?
Oh. I wonder if I've been in any just unbelievably cool cars. I mean, I've been in some cool stuff, but to go for a ride, and I mean, I would guess it's some of Royce's. I mean, Royce has some great old hot rods and stuff like that. So 1930 Ford and stuff like that, which is really cool. I can't remember if I've been in anything else that's been
crazy impressive.
Yeah. I mean, some limos.
Yeah.
Certainly are cool, but I guess that's been the coolest car I've ever been in, Royce's. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, how about you?
Was it pretty smooth for...
Oh, yeah.
The ride's pretty smooth?
Yeah, so his uncle restores all those, and, some he does... along the lines of period pieces, keep the original stuff, and then others he puts all the modern stuff in there, and that's one that has the modern stuff in there, and even air conditioning and stuff like that. So, yeah, that one's all right.
One of my friends, I believe, I think it was a 67 or a 69 Dodge Challenger. And original engine and everything, and we drove that around, and... It went to college with me. Okay. But that was probably one of the coolest.
That was one of the coolest. Okay.
Very nice, big, loud, and it was yellow with a black stripe down the middle.
Oh,
just
nice.
Awesome looking.
What car would you like to get a ride in?
I would like they do these events and stuff, but I would really like someone to drive me around because I don't want to drive it.
Right.
That's part of this. And one of those Indy cars, like with the all flat and
Okay.
F1. I want to see what it's like to sit in those.
Okay. I'd like to get a ride in a 59 Cadillac. That's my all-time favorite car.
Okay.
I love the 59 Cadillac, and I've never ridden in one, though, so I'd like to do that. My second favorite cars of all time are Mustangs, and I had a 66 Mustang, so I've ridden in other ones of those. I do love the Mustangs, but yes, that would be ideal. A 59 Caddy.
Okay. What
sure.
color was your Mustang?
Blue. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, I had that for many years and sold it. It was just kind of it quit running, and then I just let it sit for a long time, and then it started deteriorating. It had kind of the springs then had kind of collapsed and that. So yeah, it was time to. If you can't care for that stuff, you're better off selling it to someone who does. Even though I missed the car, I wish I had it. It would be cool, but yes, that was a cool thing. And I always think if I ever get rich enough, like I hit the lottery or something, I'll buy maybe even that car back, track it down and buy it back, or buy something else, a '66. Because that was my first car.
Okay, so that was your first car.
First car, yeah. So parents, this is all orchestrated by my dad. My dad, very generous. My mom, a little bit of a tightwad, famously, but my dad was just a generous guy, and so he literally had me. They took me out to lunch on my birthday, 16th birthday. Take me out to lunch, and they had this all set up. So the car was parked right in front of the restaurant, right, the number one spot there. And we walk in, my dad's like, "What do you think of that?" I'm like, "That's a freaking cool car."
Yeah,
that's awesome. So eat lunch. Nothing happens or anything like that. And just a normal lunch. And then my dad, as we're getting ready to go, he's like, "Why don't you drive that Mustang home?" I'm like, "What?" So he hands me the keys on a ZZ Top keychain, by the way. I was big into ZZ
awesome.
Top. This is 1984, so the Eliminator's huge. As I just talked about, riding that ZZ Top type car that Royce has, I got to get the car keys on that iconic keychain, and got to drive it home. That was my car. So that was my first car. Was a 1966.
How long did you drive it for?
I drove that thing through as an everyday car through college.
Okay.
So I drove it for 6-7 years, and then it was still mine. And then I just basically cut down on the driving till it quit running, and then it probably sat for 10 years, just not being driven. And so that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
And, it goes back to I'm not mechanically inclined. I can't build or fix anything. And with those old cars, you really need to be able to do that. It's just part of it. They're easy to fix if you know what you're doing. But I didn't know what I was doing, so I couldn't fix most things. So, yes.
I got pretty good. The same guy that had the old Challenger had a couple other project cars, and I got pretty good at working on stuff. And so, I've never had a really old car, and so my car, I was like, "Oh, there's a problem, and I think I know what it is, and I should be able to fix that." But now, everything's related to a computer chip, and
right.
you have to be way smart. You can't just
diagnostics to figure out exactly what's wrong these days, and all kinds of stuff. So no, so it's definitely not the same, but it would be nice to have a Mustang back for sure. My wife definitely wants one. Gosh, she loved that Mustang, so. That's probably why she was with me, she likes to say, as I had the cool Mustang. I was the kid with the Mustang.
That's believable.
In high school. So, we met in high school. So, I was that guy back in high school. So, got some good photos of that, photo shoots. Back when you had to take a real camera out and do photos, in the park and stuff like that.
Do you have any framed on your walls?
Yeah, there's a couple of those around at the house. So, yes. I love that car. Like I said, it was a cool thing. It had been... we have family friends, and I think they have 6 kids, and I think it had been each of theirs at some point. But then they were a little bit older than my parents, so when their last one was done, they were going to sell it, and that's when my dad bought it from a family friend, which was cool.
Nice.
And he was a guy who worked on cars, so it came ready to go when I got it. I mean, it was good. So
nice.
It was cool. So that was definitely a cool car for sure. So, all right, well. We're going to be drinking some Bourye. We'll take this thing out to the break on a cork pop. Let's see what we got here, Darren. We're going to let you do the honors. That was fantastic.
That was really good.
That was really good. So I wish we had a cork pop contest going on. That would be probably the winner, no matter who's there. Of course, it's the winner today because it's the only one.
Unless Von Nieters, maybe.
Yeah.
Von Nieters likes to cheat.
Oh, Von Nieters cheats, so we know that. He's got a soundboard. All right, what we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be tasting this. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
All right, I'm Neil.
And I'm Melanie.
Together we're the Robinsons, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
All right, everybody, welcome back. It's Steve and Darren. We're here at the ABV Barrel Shop Tasting Bar. We're getting ready to taste some Bourye. What do we know about this? What can you tell us?
I know it is a blend of bourbons and ryes.
Okay.
And I think it's usually more rye-based, isn't it? Higher percentage rye?
I don't know. Let's see if it says anything. I do know that I've seen stuff from them saying it's called Bourye. Other people will say Bourye, which kind of would make sense. Bourbon, it starts out like bourbon, but they say it's Bourye. I don't know. Maybe it is Bourye, but if they say it's Bourye, I guess it has to be that.
It's a mixture of bourbon and rye.
That's all they say, though. They don't have percentage.
Bourye.
Okay.
And then they go into the lore of the jackalope.
The jackalopes, yeah. What's the ABV or the proof or whatever you want to say?
46.
46. So.
Man, I can just smell it with it sitting in front of us. It smells really good.
Okay.
Also, something I noticed about the label, it's like a wanted poster.
Oh, yeah.
Because it says last spotted in the wild near High West Distillery.
It's kind of got that color it would be, too, the paperback in those days. So, yeah, it makes sense. I hadn't noticed that either, but now that you say it, it makes sense. So, cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
See what we got here. That is excellent. That's
fruity and a little bit of spice.
Yeah. It, especially this time of the year, we're high proof guys, and this is not high proof by any means. But normally I like to put the cutoff as 100, but I'll tell you what, this is just an easy drinker. So, if you're looking for something, I always wonder, what do I do when I'm grilling, when it's hot outside? This could be a good fit for something like that. It is fantastic.
Yeah,
really,
there's a lot of flavor there.
Very, very flavorful for sure. So that's what you're always looking for. I'm looking for that in my American whiskeys, whether we're talking about bourbon or rye. I like the layering of flavors that we get. I feel like some of the other offerings globally tend to fall on kind of one-note wonders, and this is certainly not that. So it's a nice variety and not layers of flavors for sure.
So, are you, not just this product, but a blend of bourbon and rye? I know there's several more companies doing them. Is that something intrigues you at all? You don't really care about the mash bill ever. You just care about how it tastes.
Yeah. So for me, all I care about, again, is the taste. So it doesn't turn me off where I'm like, no, I don't even want to try that. So, yeah, I'd be just down to doing what we just did right here, tasting it. If it's good, I would drink it. So.
Yeah.
I would say
this goes on that list.
I would say this would be one that I would drink. I would definitely want to have this in my bar, share it with friends, and drink it myself. Yeah, it's really good. So I definitely like that. And I would put this under the sipping category. This is a great sipping whiskey. If you're the cocktail type, certainly you can do that. That's not really my thing. I'm looking for whiskeys that I can drink neat, and this is one of those.
I think there would be a lot of the elegance of this one that would be lost if you put it in a cocktail.
That's true.
Because it's so beautiful on the tongue. You don't really want to try and mess that up.
Yep. So this is for you, again, our fellow, high proofers. As you look for something in the summertime, and don't tell me that you only want high proof no matter what. Don't tell me that, because we're getting ready to get into the summertime where
it's going to be 95 degrees every day.
I'm not drinking 120 proof whiskey out of my patio. I'm just not doing it when it's that hot. I'll switch to something else. It might be just a cold beer or something. So this, though, puts it in the mix. Whiskey can still be in the mix at this, so that's pretty cool. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures, also 5 days a week here at the ABV Tasting Bar.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. And we've always got a lot of great picks coming in, and you never know what's going to be here or who's going to be here. That's important, too. So check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. And, of course, one last shout-out to bourbonpalooza.com, where we have all of our events. We've got some new ones. Just listed one today, in fact, so you've got some new stuff out there. So check us out, bourbonpalooza.com. All right. Well, of course, if you like what we're doing, give us a 5-star review. It helps new people find the show. That's pretty darn important to us. And finally, if you want to get involved, head over to patreon.com/the ABV Network. Well, that's a wrap for today, Darren. We'll have a brand new show for our guests tomorrow. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye, y'all.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing, the ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.